the face that runs the place.
Long live Neville.
Goodbye and good night.
I can't believe those bureaucratic yes men over at PWI. Can you believe it?
What happens?
They dropped me a place.
Oh yeah.
I'm down to 502nd.
Oh yeah. Ugh. Yeah. Just he was just on the Twitter saying he's 501st. You dropped a place. 2 years ago you were 501st. What's going on? What's going on? And he claimed he was 501st a few years ago. Like, which one were in there first?
Sorry, I get in there on merit. I didn't try and grease any palms.
Ooh.
Or hook any fishes.
Coming to you from Near FM Studios, live here on 90.3 Near FM and also on the EMC Podcast Network and all good podcasting providers. Welcome to another edition of The Kickouts, your weekly pro wrestling guide with me, Dave Cullen, and as he claims there, the 502nd entry to the PWI 500, Daragh Maher. How are you this afternoon? I can tell by your face you don't seem in the best of mood, so alright, do you?
No.
Well, what
Drop the place.
A whole place.
Drop the place. 502nd.
Man.
Like when I was 501st, I still could get some. Still could claim that to be an achievement.
But
now no one wants to know the 502nd guy. 502. No one wants to know guy 502.
No.
Guy 501, they're interested in, like, oh, maybe he'll make it into the top 500 next year.
Well, do you feel what stops you from getting into the 500? Like, well, you're so close.
I've had a very consistent year. I don't see why I would lose a spot.
Oh, I don't know.
Everything I've done has been solid.
Solid.
What
has Justy done then to get up above you more than anything?
I don't know.
Still
maybe they like his beard a little better. I don't know.
Both of you have similar beards, dare I say.
Yeah, I know. But why? Why is it then that Justy is 501 and I'm 502?
I don't know. Maybe he was flashing too many people with David Cattell's costume. Like,
is it the age thing? Is it?
Is it an age thing?
Is it the age thing? Is it the fact that I'm from Dublin and he's not?
And
is it a Dublin thing?
Yeah, but he's from Kildare.
That's even worse.
So he's from Kildare. That gives him an advantage.
Don't want too many people from Dublin and Jordan's in it. You know, they need to put someone from Kildare, I guess, close to it.
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, we're coming to you from Near FM Studios in the beautiful North Dublin village of Coolock. I'll be here giving you all the latest from the world of professional wrestling. We'll be giving you all the latest from the action from WWE, giving you our previews of the week from the likes of OTT, PWU, Lobos, and Phoenix Wrestling, and we're also addressing our yes-nos at the end. All that to come, but first we're going to start, as always, with the news.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Also, good news, everyone!
We're going to start with news that has pretty much been news that's been sort of coming, like over the last few months. We weren't sure about the situation until only recently, but now we can finally confirm that Neville is no longer under a WWE contract and is free to wrestle elsewhere now. Neville stopped appearing on WWE television October of last year. Can you believe it's been almost a year? And
that's mental.
I know, isn't it? And hasn't been seen in pro wrestling since. Reports indicate early this year that negotiations to bring him back to WWE had stalled, with WWE opting to freeze his contract and keep him under his contract indefinitely until he either returns or negotiates a release from the contract. Neville has been with the WWE since 2012, first starting out in NXT and becoming their champion. He was then called to the main roster in 2015 and moved up to the Cruiserweight division towards the end of 2016, winning the Cruiserweight title twice. Well, at least it's about time he's finally out. But what I find really annoying about this is WWE's ability to just freeze him out for the best part of a year.
Yeah, as if he never existed.
Yeah, and he's such a talented wrestler. It's such a shame.
Yeah, I'd love to know what the story is behind why it happened. People can make speculations all they want,
of course,
but I'd prefer to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
Well, now that he's not under contract, I imagine it's only a matter of time where he could easily be on a Colt Cabana or
could be
Chris Jericho's podcast or Sam Roberts or whatever and talk about his grievances.
I'd say his first podcast be Chris Jericho.
Are they close?
Well, when you said Chris Jericho, it instantly brought me back to remember the match they had where I think Neville broke his ankle in it and Jericho stuck up for him like, with the ref.
Possibly.
Because remember, the ref was saying to end it, or he was saying to the ref end it because he's hurt. Jericho stopped.
Oh, was that where
that?
that little fight between Charles Robinson and Jericho? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not too sure. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I a lot of people are making the assumption that he could show up at All In,
Of course.
and obviously the Young Bucks are playing off it masterfully because they're great
Well,
at
they're-
hyping stuff.
well,
up.
they're
They're masters of it.
They're such good marketers. Like, they're such good teasers. Like, they're up there with the best in the business with
I'm
them.
guessing if the news came out, was it this week, that maybe he's only free from his contract this week. Maybe they have the mandatory 90-day no compete clause in the contract.
Is that really a thing over the contracts? Because now he's free. Does it really matter now? Like, surely
Contract's a contract.
yeah, but surely he's out of his like, if he's free to wrestle anywhere now. It would mention that he'd be 90 days off. Surely, we didn't see it from this report, now did we?
I don't know. I'm just putting that out there. Maybe
I know.
I could be wrong.
But
I could be wrong, and he could show up.
What I'm saying is the 30 days were probably just gone. That was probably part of the contract just gone.
Maybe
I know what you're saying.
90
but-
days, not 30.
Yeah, but you know what I mean though. Like, the point is, like, those 90 days are probably gone now, and now he's free to rest or whatever. That said, other than All In, which is a very real possibility now, where else can you see him wrestle?
Oh, New Japan.
There's been talk of Stu Barrett has invited them to World of Sports.
Could be good. I
Imagine
know Ospreay just sent out the tweet, "Give me pack."
Can you imagine a match between them two?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a match for you.
The selfish side of me would love to see him over here in Ireland.
It's a very strong possibility because he has wrestled for Joe before, like under, I think it was AWR, I could be wrong, as Pac.
Yeah.
So it's a very strong possibility. So I think it's just a question of when.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't know. I don't know what it's like, what they're like nowadays. But we can only hope, I suppose.
Could be.
Yeah. But either way, it's exciting times. Finally, we get
Yeah.
to see him wrestle again because it's been such a long time. We'll move on in the meantime. Some news concerning next year's SummerSlam.
Yes, SummerSlam is officially headed to Toronto, Ontario, Canada next year. WWE confirmed that SummerSlam will take place at the Scotiabank, I think it's pronounced.
Yeah.
Arena, formerly the Air Canada Centre in Toronto, on August 11th, 2019. In addition to the pay-per-view venue, will host NXT. The venue, will host NXT Takeover Special on August 10th, Raw on August 12th, and SmackDown August 13th. The usual stuff that you get when it's one of the big four. SummerSlam Access Fan Festival is also set up for the Metro Toronto Convention Centre. A WWE Executive Vice President of Special Events, John Sabor, said in a statement, "We are thrilled to bring WWE's biggest event of the summer back to Toronto. We look forward to working with our partners at Tourism Toronto and Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment to build a blueprint that welcomes our global fan base to the great city of Toronto." SummerSlam has taken place in the Barclays Centre in Brooklyn, New York over the past 4 years. But the New York, New Jersey market is hosting WrestleMania 35 and its surrounding events in 2019.
Right.
The only other time SummerSlam has been held in Canada was 2004, which was also in the Air Canada Centre.
Which that explains obviously why it's not in why it's not in New York this year, because New York, because they're doing WrestleMania there, so there'll still be a Brooklyn 5.
Yeah. Could I maybe throw out the possibility that they are going to go away from Brooklyn for a while to try and get Madison Square Garden back on their side?
Well, how are they going to do that now? Because, like, I think the way I see
Well,
it,
they can't obviously change the venue for WrestleMania, or like the Raw and the Takeover of WrestleMania week. But they can say, look, we'll go back to New York next year, and we'll go back to Madison Square Garden.
I imagine they're still open to business, the guys from Madison Square Garden with WWE. But after what happens, like with all the situation with the Barclays Centre, like they have to.
I think
business.
a big shock to them was the fact that the Ring of Honor New Japan special at WrestleMania week in Madison Square Garden sold out in like 15 minutes or something like that.
Probably sooner than that. Like, it's madness now, which is interesting now. Like, because like that could easily open the door for. Not just New Japan, but Ring of Honor for future events, like depending if it's successful.
I don't know if Ring of Honor will have I don't think if they have the fan base at the moment.
You'd be
to
surprised.
Warrant if they're having a WrestleMania type show, yes. But if it's just that they're coming to New York to do maybe like a special,
Well, let's say, for example, All In, that's sold out pretty quickly as well. If they have a second one in Madison Square Garden, which is a possibility.
they could.
And if it sells out, it could sell out arguably just as quick. It depends on how successful the
I don't
event
know.
is. But there's maybe no doubts there for
It
me.
depends on how much does Madison Square Garden hold?
About
14.
No, about 18. I'm guessing somewhere 15, 20,000. Somewhere between that.
Because like obviously the Sears Centre is 10.
Yeah, just over 10,000, I think. So
Let me have a look here. I'm having a look. Capacity
yeah,
20,000.
20,000 specifically. Yeah, but could be
20,799. But
Well, depending on how they stage everything, like I imagine it'd be a lot less than that. So, like it depends. Like usually when WWE do events there, certainly if they do live events, like they still do live events there.
yeah,
They wouldn't have like a big stage.
but that doesn't garner nearly as much foot traffic as other places would.
Either way, we have to see what happens anyway. So.
True.
Let's move on. In the meantime, Pro Wrestling Illustrated have released their PWI Top 500s for 2018. Good news for some, not for yourself though there. With the news that New Japan Pro Wrestling star and current IWGP Heavyweight Champion Kenny Omega has been ranked at number 1, up from 5th ranking of last year. This is the first time actually, this is I mentioned in the report, it's the first time I think ever, or from recent memory anyway, where for the first time 2 years running there hasn't been a WWE star up top. That's never happened before. Where someone from
Okada was one last year.
I know, but 2 in a row. It's never happened.
Okay.
So even if it is someone from, let's say, Japan or WCW, whatever, it's not 2 in a row.
Okay.
So it's the first time it's happened in this case. So the top 10 rankings are as follows: Kenny Omega, AJ Styles, Kazuchika Okada, Brock Lesnar at number 4, Seth Rollins in 5th, Braun Strowman in 6th, Roman Reigns in 7th, Cody at 8th, Tetsuya Naito at 9th, and The Miz at 10th. Now we're both in disagreement. We talked about this off air. You look at it purely at it from a wrestling
I'm looking
point
at
of view.
who's had for me the best matches, the best year in general. Like you mentioned off air, Brock Lesnar's high up there because he's the draw.
Which is true.
I don't want to look at it like that because that's WWE style looking at it. I don't want to.
Even though I can't stand Brock Lesnar as champion, I couldn't stand him as champion.
How can someone who has wrestled probably less than 30 times in a year?
Probably way less than that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing as well.
How can that warrant being number 4 on the top 500 wrestlers?
Here's the thing about Brock, though, whether you like it or not, and this is probably because of the contract situation he was in. So it wasn't a situation that WWE deliberately tried to cause.
But he's not in a contract where he has to deliberately be in the top 10.
But the point is, because of the situation, it has made the Universal Champion, believe it or not, more prestigious in the sense that it's defended less. Similar to the IWGP Heavyweight title, which is a very rare title that's only defended against the biggest opponents, against the biggest shows against the best opponents.
But here's the difference between that.
I know it's obviously a difference, but
the obvious difference is the IWGP Heavyweight Champion can have a match longer than 10 minutes.
but the point is that because of the situation of Brock's contract, is made that belt what it is because of that. So it wasn't WWE's ambition to make it like that, it was Brock's contract to make it like that. You know what I mean?
No, I wouldn't agree with that necessarily.
Okay.
If WWE didn't want the belt to be like this, they wouldn't have put the belt on him.
Yeah, but they had
or they
no
would
idea.
have taken it
but
off
surely
him
they had
sooner.
no idea that it was going to be like that.
They did. They knew how many dates he had.
When they took the belt off Goldberg, it was going to be like that, was it?
Yeah. If they chose to put it on Brock, then they would have. They would have known.
But anyway, other than Brock, is there anyone you not disagree with?
I took the liberty of creating my own top 10.
Okay. Well, first of all, can you argue the top 3? Omega, Styles, and Okada? I can't argue them at all, style-wise or draw-wise.
I can't. They are my top 3 in this.
100%.
But 4th for me actually is Seth Rollins.
Okay.
I think he's had a fantastic year. He constantly brings out some of the best matches that on the card on any WWE event. He's He's a deserving, I'd say, Universal Champion more than Intercontinental Champion, but he's a champion, which is important.
Yes.
Number 5 I actually have is Roman Reigns.
Okay, no, I can't think of that either.
Consistently this year, he has been putting out really good matches. Okay, the crowd don't like him. Okay, he's always in the main event.
Big
scene.
deal.
But
He's main event for a reason.
Exactly. He's had some great matches, and I think he deserves a high ranking.
Hmm.
I put Johnny Gargano in 6th.
Okay, interesting. Mm-hmm. Now, compared to, let's say, Tetsuya Naito, has had a fantastic year as well, what stopped him from being up there higher? 'Cause I think he should be higher. Like, I think he should be higher than Braun and Cody.
For me personally, it's just because I've seen more Gargano matches this year than I have seen Naito. It's the only reason.
That's a personal opinion.
That's why I said it's my top 10 list.
Yeah, I know that, but it's off seeing less matches from another. So it's kind of,
Well, I haven't seen every match this year.
I know.
It'd be impossible.
We can try.
I can try. 7th, I do have Naito. Okay, so it did come in close.
Is The Miz and Cody up there for you?
No. Neither is Braun.
Okay, now who's your bottom 3 then?
Bottom 3. Now I've gone a little off with this one.
Off the beaten track.
Because of what they've done this year. And you can see by what I've used Day, it's actually a tag team I'm putting in this.
Well, does that count?
Well, yes.
It's your list.
Yes. I'm counting it solely because they are only a tag team.
Okay.
I haven't seen them in a single match.
Can I guess?
You know.
A tag team?
Yeah.
Usos?
No.
New Day?
No.
A tag team?
Young Bucks.
Of course. Yeah. Okay. Alright, fair enough.
Young Bucks. Young Bucks I have at number 8.
Alright.
Because while they were in the light heavyweight division in Japan, they're fantastic. In Ring of Honor, they're fantastic. Since they made that progression up to heavyweight, they've even gotten better.
Right.
I think that they are. I'm not counting the fact that they're able to book their own show and stuff like this. It doesn't matter to me, but these guys don't get the recognition in wrestling, in the wrestling quarters, that they deserve.
Yeah.
They get lots of it in the marketing and everything with the being the elite and having the Young Bucks merch and stuff like that and the Hot Topic deal and everything, which is great. But the fact that they don't actually get the recognition that they deserve in the ring, I think, is a little.
Oh, I don't think that's the case.
But they're nowhere near the top 10 in this, and I don't know the full list, but I'm guessing they're pretty far down.
I imagine they'd be very close to the top. They'd be each inside the top 30.
And they're one of the hardest workers as well.
I imagine they're usually open. They're usually definitely inside the top 50. There's no reason they wouldn't be in the top 30. We don't know the rankings, as we said, of the 1 to 10 at this stage, but there's surely both of them. All right, other top 10. I'm guessing Ospreay's up there for you.
Ospreay, I actually have it number 10.
All right, number 9 then is a tag team.
No, single star. Now these are all, by the way, it's a male one. There's no female in this guy because I don't know if it's a female list. I didn't.
Yeah, female have a separate list.
Yeah, they have a separate list.
Zack Sabre Jr.
No, but he was in consideration.
I imagine if he maybe had a good half year, maybe after New Japan Cup on, he's been amazing. So.
Exactly, consistent throughout the whole year. I did toy with the idea of putting Dream in there. I decided not to.
I have no idea then. Who's your other guy?
My number 9.
Just get on with it.
I don't even know why. Why am I doing a drum beat for number 9? I gave away everywhere. I am going to go for.
You're horrible with pauses, you know that.
I know, I am. I'm really, really sorry about this. But I'm going to go for Ricochet.
Can I get that?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Number 9 is going to be Ricochet.
What about Adam Cole, actually? Now that I think about it.
Adam Cole's been really good too.
Yeah.
Adam Cole has been really good.
Sick.
I even toyed with the idea of putting Walter in there as well. He's had a good year, but it's just it's the second the second half of the year is where he's really gotten the recognition there.
That's it.
But yeah, or Pete Dunne as well has had a great year too. Tyler Bate has had a really good year.
Yeah.
These guys, but I think Ricochet just tops it that little bit.
I'm interested to see now the top 100 and the top of everyone else from here on in. So, speaking of wrestlers who have had a very good year, Velveteen Dream.
Yes, Velveteen Dream will be wrestling outside of a WWE ring at a couple of shows in September. Evolve Wrestling, one of the promotions that WWE has a close working relationship with, announced on Tuesday that Dream will be in action at Evolve 122 at the MCW Arena in Jopa, Maryland on September 7th, and Evolve 113 at La Boom. That's a great name. In Queens, New York on September 8th. WWE revealed that Dream will be facing Austin Theory in Jopa and taking on Darby Darby all in.
Have you seen him before? He's actually a very good wrestler.
But I just think the name's appropriate.
If you look at the video trailers and highlights of him, he's actually not bad. He's up and coming in America for sure.
But Darby Allin
in
Queens. I hope he gets booked on that over the budget battle royale now, just for the
no
name.
surprise.
Adam Cole also wrestled for Evolve in June, defeating Walter in an NXT North American Championship match. Cole versus Walter didn't air live on the pay-per-view broadcast, but was taped for potential future use. The show in Jota will be a homecoming for Dream, who started his wrestling career at Maryland Championship Wrestling. Now, interestingly enough, a few people are saying this is actually a punishment for Velveteen Dream.
Why? Because of the whole Vince thing? Because
of the tights thing. I don't know.
But you have to admit that's so ballsy what he did. Why would he be punished for that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I imagine he's just getting experience elsewhere.
Vince hates having his name on man's arses. I don't know.
Personally, I would have thought it would be the other way around, but there you go.
Yeah. Call me Vince on a man's arse. I don't think he likes.
I don't know. But anyway, there you go. But anyway, that's the end of our news in the meantime.
Well...
What, do you have more news?
This is not the end of the news. You seen this week?
Oh, no, we're not doing that again, Harry. Not going to be doing this, Harry.
About a certain DMs that released.
You mean we want to talk about a bit of?
You are fake news.
Yes, it is fake news. You're right, Dave.
Yes.
I'm very sorry. It is fake news.
Yes.
Anyone that would have seen this week or might have seen some of the news this week that a hacker. I'm using the inverted commas sign with my fingers there, saying that. Allegedly posted a DM exchange between one Tony Storm and one Alex Cole.
You mean Adam Cole?
I say Alex, didn't I?
Yeah.
Sorry, Adam Cole, because nobody knows who Alex Cole is.
Yeah.
Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the lines in the DMs as well. I'm gonna go baby. Yeah, so this guy obviously thought up of his own exchange between the two, put up a random picture of
so it was just some fans.
Adam Cole.
So what you're saying is it was just a fan's fantasy.
Some fan tried to get those two in a lot of trouble.
Really, I say.
Yeah, a lot of trouble.
He's trying to imagine that they're producing Adam Cole babies. So
exactly. Also, it should be noted that this same person has released DMs between Kenny Omega and Toru Yano, who have secretly decided to set up a new Golden Lovers. It's not even going to be Golden Lovers. It's going to be Powder Lovers by the end of it.
Powder Lovers.
That has two meanings.
Ew. That's gross, man. The worst thing about that is that Toru Yano is going to sell a DVD for that. That's even worse.
Oh god, name of a sex tape.
Anyway, that's no fake news for you.
I have so much more, but for now, it'll do.
Yeah, okay, for now. In the meantime, we'll now move on with our previews of the week.
Why, look at what we have here, folks!
Going back to All In now, of course, Lobo's Wrestling Parties, our friends from Lobo's Wrestling Parties will be showing All In at Buskers in the Ball Temple Bar today, September 1st. Tickets are still available on eventbrite.ie, free for Low Blows Network subscribers. We're both going, so we'll be there. Free.
Yeah, my first actually Low Blows in a long time.
Yeah,
since WrestleMania in Florida.
Was it really Florida? Really?
Yeah, that was the one with the Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton crap match.
The one with Undertaker and retiring, was it? Or allegedly retiring, where he put his coat and hat
yeah,
on.
when it was the
No, you were at Wrestle Kingdom last year as well. Well, that was before
I was
that.
at Wrestle Kingdom. Yeah, sorry, you're right. Wrestle Kingdom was my last show. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, I'm a regular, but you're there now and then anyway. So there's pre-show entertainment. No Temple Bar prices at 9 p.m. Obviously, it's a very good card. Anyway, we'll have a review of All In, obviously, for next week's show. But if there's one place you want to watch it in Dublin, it's right there, so go check it out. Meanwhile, also happening this weekend, on Sunday 2nd of September, PWU will have their Restival 2018 at the S13 in Belfast. There's still tickets available on tickettailor.com. A lot of matches were just announced just before we went on air, so other matches obviously include, the overall card anyway, is Debbie Cattell against Joki from ICW. Tim Steed will defend his PW heavyweight title against Tucker. Nightmare Edition, which is Tron and JTP's name, they'll be defending their PW tag titles against former champions Team New School. In a fatal four-way, Prento, Baxter, Bobby Diamond and the Young Lion will go head-to-head. Rocky Star will take on Chris Renfrew. Nathan Byrne will take on Luther Valentine. The Enterprise and Raven Creed will take on Flight Mode and Sky James. Club Rock Shandy will take on the team of Darren Carney and Justy, aka Taggy McTag Team. Best name ever.
Nice.
Michael May will defend the PW All Ulster title against Dimitri Krakovic. Lauren LaRue will defend the PW Women's title against Lady Valkyrie. There'll be performances from bands like Alpha Twin, American Gimme Pig, SX70 and Your Man the Other Fella, among others. There'll also be a live edition of Justy Spandex Pantomime. So it's a stacked event, isn't it? Not just matches wise, but like they have a bit of everything there, don't they?
Exactly. It sounds like a class card, and they're going to have bands and food and everything. It's a really, really good idea by the lads up there. I wish I could go, but unfortunately I can't. But it's going to be a class show.
We'll see what happens anyway.
Yeah.
So, also,
we really have to do a kick-out trip up north.
We have. Well, one blessing is that, like the Lobos Network, they provided a lot of the recent last 12 PW shows, so at least that'll keep us up to scratch for now as well. So, but we do need to make the effort to go there, like Richard there. Anyway, next weekend, Phoenix Wrestling are back, making their first appearance in Limerick for I See You're Playing Spoonie Before, happening on September 8th in Dullins Warehouse, Limerick. Tickets are still available on eventbrite.ie. The only matches announced so far, LJ Cleary will take on Steve Savage once again. Steve Savage being from Limerick, so it'll be a hometown match for him. The Session Matt Martina is also announced for that, and we'll be doing a live our first ever outside broadcast post show as well. So it's exciting for us as well, isn't it?
Can't wait for that.
Should be interesting, shouldn't it?
They should just be getting over their hangovers from the All Ireland final. So by that stage, you know, being All Ireland champions.
Congratulations, Slim Mick, by the way. They're overdue.
Yeah. Just let's make sure we get the trophy back.
Once we beat Tyrone, we're cool.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Finally, happening on Sunday, September 16th at the Europa Hotel in Belfast will be OTT Live in Belfast. Tickets are available at eventbrite.ie. So a lot of good matches announced. They have Pete Dunne to take on Damien Corvin. The Kings of the North.
That's going to be some.
That's going to be a hell of a match. Damien, the Bonesaw and Duncan Disorderly Kings of the North will take on Aussie Open. Now, it wasn't confirmed if it was for the tag titles, but either way, it's an interesting match with ramifications possibly for the tag titles going forwards. Jordan Devlin will take on Fred Yeeha 1-on-1. Sean Guinness will take on from New Japan Pro Wrestling the Great Okang 1-on-1. In a fatal four-way for the OTT gender neutral title, LJ Cleary will defend the title against Ricky Shane, Martina and Martin Kirby. Martin Kirby, obviously, he's one wrestler in particular I'd like to check out. Like, he's making an impact on the likes of he's in World of Sport, and he was Defiance for a while, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he still is. Defiant, yeah.
Also, Tucker and Adam McStead are also due to appear on that event as well. So a lot of cool events coming up in the next couple of weeks. In the meantime, we're going to take a quick break. When we return, we will talk about all our thoughts from the past week's action from WWE, as well as address our rumors of the week. Right after this short break.
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.
Oh my God! So close! He kicked out! He kicked out! He kicked out!
Tune in to The Kickout, your weekly pro wrestling guides, right here on 90.3 Near FM, covering all the latest news, results, previews, rumors, and more from the world of professional wrestling, as well as covering the wrestling scene right here in Ireland. Join us every Saturday afternoon at 4:30 p.m. right here on 90.3 Near FM.
In the future, roving bands of comic book podcasts will savage the wasteland, once known as the Internet. One podcast, the Grolix Podcast, may not be the biggest, may not be the funniest, may not be the most well-spoken. Wait, what was my point again? Oh yes, the Grolix Podcast. Listen to it at grolixpodcast.com. That's GRAWLIX podcast.com.
We're back here on the Kickout, your weekly pro wrestling guides. Now let's continue on our show with our results of the week, starting with WWE. Raw was okay this week, best way I could describe it. I mean, again, it's a typical show where it's a lot of filler and a lot of forgettable stuff, but they have its good bits. Like, that's the way Raw seems to be lately. Like, you know, it has its good bits that make you want to watch it, but at the same time, a lot of it, as usual, is filler. Like, but that's something I guess we have to expect from Raw at this stage. Like, you know, it is what it is. It's the way they produce it. It's the way it is. Highlights for you.
For Raw this week, it was a little underwhelming. Like, I mentioned it to you, I don't like the whole Braun is going to cash in at Hell in a Cell and he's telling Roman when he's going to do it. That's supposedly what you were saying to me. That's what it is.
Yes.
He's doing a John Cena on it, and I don't like that.
So there's only been 3 people who have cashed in the man contracts almost formally, in the sense where they're handing in the briefcase in advance. Braun Strowman gave his briefcase to Constable Corbin, rather than cashing in like almost everyone else has. Only him, Rob Van Dam, and John Cena have done that before.
Yeah.
So but if anyone who would do it, it's Braun Strowman, because he's such a I understand if it's someone who, because of his size, because of his very intimidating presence, I'd get much more why someone like him would do it, as opposed to someone who would sneak in and win.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So in that case, I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But you're not really feeling the idea of him, and you're telling me off air you're not feeling the idea of him aligning with Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, it's partially my own fault, because the whole time that we were thinking, how was it going to be teaming up against the Shield? First of all, I thought we were going to get a 6-man tag. It doesn't look like we're going to get one.
Yeah, we know that.
At Hell in a Cell.
We know
eventually we might.
That's probably the going home show. For Hell in
I
a Cell.
thought, like, the amount that, like, some people were saying, oh, it could be, you know, it could be Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper reforming of the Wyatt family, which would have been fun. I saw one and I thought it would have been really, really good. The Authors of Pain. Now imagine them as a team.
Yeah, but you have to understand that's true, but at the same time, the momentum that Ziggler and McIntyre have had lately, they're one of the reasons you want to watch Raw at the moment.
Yeah.
Among their rivalry with Seth Rollins that you've had, that makes me want to see them more. And we've said so many times, of God, okay, McIntyre, he should break up with him, but let's keep the wave going with them, the way I see it. Like, unless it doesn't feel like it's working anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you know, why spoil something that's broke or that's not broken? And in that case, the team of them, Ziggler, McIntyre, and Strowman, that's a team that can compete with the Shields.
Yeah,
big time.
It could.
So it makes it intriguing. Like, what's going to happen now? And you have to admit, Braun Strowman, as smart as he looks, because no offense to him, like he played Reigns, big time, saying, "Oh, you'll get these hands down," and they teams together, and nope, turned on a big time. Do you feel he's going heel now, Braun, as a result of this?
It's definitely heel Braun now, yeah. He's aligned himself with Ziggler and McIntyre. It's definitely heel.
Do you feel though it's still a miscast, because even though it's against the Shield, it's also against Roman? Possibly.
Like, people are going to complain about it again. Like,
don't worry about people complain. What do you think?
I think they missed a great opportunity.
How?
To have Roman as a heel for a while with the Shield. I think they missed a great opportunity. They could have kept Braun as his face and kept the crowd happy and everything like that. But they just decided not to. And I don't know why.
I see where you're coming from. I don't know, but the thing is though, I don't know. It's a tough one, because then you have to turn Rollins and Ambrose heel as well.
Yeah, but that's fine. You can turn them heel while you're in the Shield. It's fine.
I don't know. It's a tricky one for me. Speaking of Seth Rollins, he had a fantastic match with Kevin Owens.
He did.
Here's the thing with Kevin Owens now, and we said this last week on the back of him getting squashed with Braun. And I said this would happen. Easily, he could find a situation that he can land on and make the best of, and this is it right here. Here he was coming out saying how SmackDown was awful to him. He hasn't been happy at all. He's like, his life's been living hell since he's been on Raw. Because Sami Zayn isn't here. And he should be Universal Champion. And he guarantees he'll leave Raw as the champion. And despite a fantastic match, including... When was the last time we saw a Mero Assault? And a very good one, by the way.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but it was a fantastic match. And then after the match, he quit. Yeah. Like, very out of nowhere. Like, he was just there in the middle of the ring and he just quits out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So what does that mean for Owens? Because this means an endless sort of options for Owens at this stage. I think we can both say, though, he's going to be back in WWE one way or another.
Obviously, he only signed a new 5-year deal recently.
That said, did you know that there's Kevin Steen shirts back on Pro Wrestling Tees?
Is there?
Yeah. So
I don't think they ever got rid of them. I think Pro Wrestling Tees saw the opportunity to push them again.
There you go. Also, WWE's on WWE's alumni and their websites.
I know it's WWE playing the game. I think the latest rumor is Neville.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens and Paul Heyman.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Kevin Owens with a Paul Heyman guy. See, Owens doesn't need Heyman to talk for him, though.
You're right, but at the same time, yeah, but neither does CM Punk.
True.
But it helps him go to that next level. It could bring him back to main event status.
It could. It would definitely.
100%.
It would definitely. Yeah.
So if anyone, the situation could be, it's there's a lot of rumors also surrounding. There's surroundings where there's rumors he could go back to SmackDown. There's rumors he could even bring the Undisputed Era back to the main roster with him, because I don't know if you noticed at Brooklyn 4
he was there
with a Undisputed Era t-shirt,
and
it's well documented of the history between Adam Cole and Kevin Owens in particular. They've had a history back in their PWU days, I think, when they were, what was their name again? It was a tag team. It was a stable between them two and the Young Bucks. I forget what they were called. So
yeah.
Mount Rushmore, some sort of Mount Rushmore name. I'm not sure. I think that was it. So there you go. I can't remember.
I don't know. I can't say myself. I don't know.
Trish was back. Like, here's a cool thing about Raw that I have to say. They do have the odd surprise here and there, which I imagine they'll be doing a lot more going to Evolution maybe. And here's Trish coming in Toronto. It's her hometown, having a nice words with Elias, should I add. Like, here's Elias saying at one stage, "Oh, I don't want to date a 6-year-old anyway," and then or Elias said, "Oh, a performance from him is like Toronto win the Stanley Cup." I'm like, well, that's just like Elias winning a WWE championship. So it was nice back and forth. So it's pretty good. It was
good. Like, I haven't seen a lot of it this week. It was good to see Trish back and stuff like that. Hopefully she's there more often now leading up to this match.
We got what you wanted of this, by the way. There's finally a bit of back and forth between her and Alexa Bliss.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, sometimes there's matches in WWE where the announcement in advance and then all the back and forth starts. It just needs to be an announcement in the middle of it, like, sometimes.
Not even in the middle of it, but...
Do you know what I mean? Because you were against that, like, when we talked about last week, isn't it?
Yeah, just announcing such a big return in a singles match, just so cold, was sort of the upsetting thing about it.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much the fact that this match is happening and that there's no build. It's just that this, like, Trish coming back deserves better than a cold announcement like that,
I don't know. Well, because it's like, if it's a more of a hyped match, like Charlotte and Becky would be for sure, as opposed to a legend coming back, I'm okay with that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Speaking of that, let's go on to SmackDown. SmackDown was rock solid this week.
That's the usual.
Yeah, again, we talk about usual. SmackDown, it's that perfect 2 hours where it doesn't feel like 2 hours at all. Like, speaking of surprises, King Booker was there.
Well, that was the thing this week in general, wasn't it? It was sort of like legends coming back out of nowhere.
Pretty much,
which is what we love to see.
Yeah. Having a Spinneroonie off with the New Day.
I love that at the start where it was just...
the whole Big E.
It was Booker first of all, and then it was like the "Can you dig it, sucker?" and then it went into King Booker.
Yeah,
that's what my favourite part of it was.
Yeah, and Big E was complaining, "Well, I didn't get a cool name. I couldn't just say that." Even stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
So,
even them all trying to spin a Rooney at the end, and Big E like a big turtle on his back can't do it. So he has to get the New Day guys to help him out.
Yeah. One thing I have to say about SmackDown's tag team division this week, it's actually they're doing such a good thing in the sense that they're keeping everyone fresh, they're giving everyone action, and they're having a new tournament now for the next challengers. So they had the Bar winning this week against the Good Brothers and the Usos. I haven't a clue who they're against next week.
The Usos? That wasn't the Usos.
So, excuse me, the Bar against the Good Brothers and the Colognes. The Colognes we haven't seen in ages,
The who?
actually. The Colognes.
The who?
The Puerto Rican.
The who?
The Colognes.
Who?
Don't be stupid, you know what I'm talking about. I know, we haven't seen him in a while.
Don't be upset just because I got you.
So next week is the Usos, Sanity, and Rusev in English. So, but it's cool.
I think Sanity need to win this because they need a decent run at the moment.
What about the Usos?
The Usos are fine. They're established. They're grand. But
yeah, but you want them to keep in there, don't you?
But see, they can spend some time out of it, and it won't hurt them.
Yeah.
Since Sanity got called up, we haven't seen a lot of them.
That's true. They have to establish themselves a bit more in SmackDown, and much there. Speaking of establishing themselves or not being around as much, Naomi is someone who I'm starting to feel now is back into that Becky Lynch situation where she was like Becky was a few months ago, where she's not exactly in the middle of things, but she's just on the outside, maybe taking losses a lot. She's
lost to both Iconics now in 2 weeks.
Yeah, she lost to Peyton Royce this week. There's rumours of
Billie Kay this week. Peyton Royce last week.
No, it was Peyton Royce again this week. Was it Billie Kay
No,
this week?
it was Billie Kay this week.
Oh, excuse me, you're right. My apologies. Yeah. But anyway, there's rumours now of...
Peyton Royce, by the way, congratulations are in order.
What'd she do?
She's engaged.
Oh, to... it was a Diamond to Perfect 10, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Oh, good for them. No, I know. We'll leave fans' imagination to that. But anyway, going back to this though, do you remember the rumours we might have talked about before of the women's division possibly having a tag team division? This could be the opportunity for Naomi to probably align with someone. And there's rumours of Tamina being in Naomi's corner for that.
Is she back, is she?
To my understanding, she's been cleared from injury or not too far away from it. So, and they used to be in Team Bads back in the day. So
true.
That worked for me.
Could you team her with Asuka?
Again, that would work too. Both Asuka's not doing anything either. So
yeah.
So whatever works. Now let's talk about a thing with both not really filling on SmackDown. That's the situation between Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton. We've heard now we're going to be in a Hell in a Cell match.
Why are they getting the Hell in a Cell match?
Well,
there's been no build up.
It's not
I've criticised the Alexa and Trish sort of thing, but this has been built up so long, but nothing has happened.
The thing about this as well, more than anything, is that they're actually trying their best. They're working it as the best they can. There's no
but
question
you
about
said yourself, you don't think they look interested.
But that's the thing. Despite the fact that they're trying to work their best, they don't seem interested.
Yeah,
they are trying their best, but at the same time, you could tell by their faces. Orton isn't in it. Jeff isn't in it.
Yeah,
good touch by Jeff on the face paint. Besides that, you fear the worst for this Hell in the Cell now, man, because we know that Jeff is hurt.
Everybody can see how beat up Jeff is, and they're putting him in a stipulation match like this,
it's madness.
where he's probably more than likely going to try and jump off the top of the cell. You know, what he needs is rest.
Well, surely you need rest if you're going to attempt to fall like that. I'm just saying.
Well, even the one that he tried to do at SummerSlam on the apron,
madness, isn't it? There you go.
I don't get it. Is he or are they actively trying to kill him or something?
We got more into the rivalry now between Daniel Bryan and Miz now, with Maurice and Brie getting involved. Bryan got lost one against Andrade Almas by DQ because after Daniel Bryan attacked. So this is what I like. It's adding a new dynamic to the rivalry with Maurice and Brie being involved. It was good this week. You can't deny that. It was well done.
It was alright. I'm just...
You still feel it could be just between them two, though, is it?
I feel that it should just be between them two. I don't see where you get... I can understand, they're trying to tell the story, but in terms of a match-wise, you're taking away probably one of 3 matches that they're going to have.
Yeah.
To make a mixed tag match, where... I don't know. We saw it at WrestleMania with Miz and Maurice, and
I see where you're coming from
it's that. I don't have confidence.
It's a long-term storyline that just involves them at this particular chapter. After which, maybe later on, Bryan and Miz will have their big match afterwards. That's the whole point of this. I'm not saying they're going to be there forever.
I don't
Just
know.
this particular chapter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not looking forward to it.
Enjoying now. We got now. Speaking of things you're not enjoying, or here's the thing I didn't feel you enjoyed. It's like
Everything in life.
Well, here's the thing. Like, you love Samoa Joe at his most badassery.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Now we called Windy Styles once more. This time it was a phone instead of a letter. So I don't know. I
Well, come on now.
You still don't have it. You're still not having it, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm not having that she would spend that long on the phone with a person that she hates. I barely spend that long on the phone with people I like.
That's you. But doesn't mean it's Wendy Styles.
No.
She's probably a lot less tolerance than yourself.
No. A lot more
tolerance, I should say, yeah. It's intriguing for me because AJ's proper spooks.
But why would AJ just stand in the ring with a big sour puss look on his face when a man is calling your wife and saying, "Don't worry, save me a plate, I'll be home soon"?
Because he didn't believe him at first. The more it egged on,
then he didn't believe him.
But surely, if you were him, would you believe if that happens? Straight away.
If I'm having this sort of rivalry with someone for a while,
yeah,
where he sent letters and at the previous event at SummerSlam he actually talked to her directly and started saying, like, you can call me daddy from now on. Yeah, I would believe then he's on the phone to her, and then I wouldn't allow it. Not that I wouldn't allow it, but I'd try and go and stop that.
There you go. The women's title match between...
Just please,
yeah,
I implore WWE, please do not in some way have Wendy turn and actually go with Joe.
That's not going to happen. Surely
Just
not.
don't do it.
No, we know that's not going to happen. Surely not. Can you imagine that? That's so weird of WWE to do that. And I'm with you there, for example. Yeah, no, I'm with you there 100%. Charlotte and Carmella. Carmella, I have to give credit. Carmella actually has been doing very well since she's not women's champion anymore.
This was our first match.
I know, but just something. Yeah, but even the promo. But what I'm saying, the promo last week. No, listen to me. The promo,
Sorry, it was just funny. Sorry,
the promo
I know.
last week, and now the match this week. All of a sudden, it seems like she's better without the championship. It's like a Dean Ambrose effect, isn't it?
The championship does put a lot of weight on.
Off.
The championship does take a lot of weight off. Yeah.
So it's like she's
when you
almost.
don't have it. Like,
So it's almost like an Okada effect.
It's easier to chase it than to have it.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know?
So. But no, it was a very good match with Charlotte. But obviously we have to talk about Becky again. Getting a hero's welcome as a heel.
If she says it, can I say it? Bitch.
Go for it.
Bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. You're so invested. I want to see Becky like this now. I'm enjoying this so much.
Like I said, I'll continue on what I said last week.
I know.
It's all about the end game for me. As long as they put the belt on her, I love like badass Becky. I do. I'm just wary for where they're gonna end up with it. That's all.
I'm with you. I understand. I personally don't mind if she doesn't win the title of this. I hope she does. But considering the rivalry going forward, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm happy with it. Only thing I want to mention about 205.
It does add, like, don't get me wrong, this will definitely add to the match and it will make it a fantastic match.
Yeah. A couple of things I want to mention about 205. Mustafa Ali returned. I don't know if you knew this, but he was out with exhaustion last week after his match with Dave Cullen a few weeks ago. Yeah, apparently so. He had to be taken away to an ambulance and everything, like, so. Where his body
Are we talking? Are you staying in kayfabe?
Oh, it's well. I imagine. I don't know for a fact, but I imagine it was kayfabe. So where Dave Tammy was having a match against some jobber, and then Ali attacked him, but Atami liked it, or Ali came in. Atami liked it, and a very good match then between Buddy Murphy and Kalisto. The rivalry between the Lucha House Party and Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese continues. Like, you know. Like that's proper 205 wrestling right then between those two, and they're both.
Did you see the match that was announced for Super Showdown?
What's that?
Buddy Murphy against Cedric.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, that should be interesting.
I could think Buddy could take that title
Easily. It's in Australia.
That's
Every
where he's
chance.
from.
Yeah, very easily. Now, just briefly, let's talk about NXT. Like, we got a statement from Gargano with a crutch saying, like, you know, how he felt he broke a promise in Brooklyn. And he made mistakes, and he feels like now he's become Tommaso Ciampa. William Regal came in and he asked him about the situation with Aleister Black, and he didn't exactly deny it. He said he just said, "Look into my eyes. Like, he didn't give a yes or a no as such or anything like that.
Yeah.
Velveteen Dream said, "Oh, he's sick and tired of Gargano," and called him Johnny Failure, and then they end up having a match. I think Gargano threw his crutch at him, and they're going to have a match now next week, so it should be interesting. It was funny because Regal had a few meetings then afterwards.
So he recovered pretty quickly from that dislocated kneecap then, didn't he?
No, he was still hopping around, but like...
Well, then why would they allow him to compete?
His takings, I don't know. I have no idea. I never thought about that, actually, if I'm honest, so... there you go.
Ciampa is getting actual...
promo time?
No, not promo time. He's going to get an actual entrance music.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's getting it. I think it's like next week or something like that. It's going to debut.
Okay, it'd be interesting to see that. He made a promo about this week saying how NXT is his home. It's the usual sick he does at the moment. Keith Lee wrestled as well against Luke Mendez. Apparently he's a former rugby player or something like that.
Yeah, he signed the same day as Keith Lee did.
Yeah. And he also had the Undisputed Era against Adam Cole this time at Roderick Strong, taking on Ricochet and Pete Dunne. Very good match. But it seems like but it's interesting now because I feel this could be the dynamic of War Games now for Survivor Series, where I predict now it will be because we saw after the match it was Cole who pinned Dunne, but the War Raiders came out and attacked the lads afterwards, or at least attempts to.
So what are you saying? War Raiders, Ricochet and Dunne and...
I'm going to say it's the All Undisputed Era. All Undisputed Era. Cole, Riley and Strong against British Strong Style against Ricochet and the War Raiders.
It's not a bad call.
3 against 3 against 3. As he
Takes
did
a lot of
last year.
titles out of it though.
Well, not really. It could still be involved.
North American title, tag team title and UK championship.
It would still involve the tag titles, though, is more to the point.
It didn't last year.
Did not last year?
No, it didn't.
It could this year, is what I'm trying to say. And it's not. They wouldn't be afraid of having the tag titles up there for.
Well, I don't think they
main
would
events.
put the tag titles on the line solely because, like Ricochet with War Raiders is a put together team. So how would they decide who's the tag team champion there and stuff? They can't freeboard that because they're not a stable. So.
Yeah, maybe. We'll have to see what happens there. Anyway, that's all the talk for WWE. Now let's finish off our show with our yes nos.
Yes! No! Yes! No! Yes! No!
We have a fair amount of yes nos to bring to. We'll get to them very quickly now. First of all, Neville, we now know, was free from WWE to wrestle for World of Sports.
No, I don't think so. Not initially. Maybe if World of Sport get another season or get another season under their belt or something like that. I don't know. Are they doing by seasons or are they just doing weekly episodes?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say no to that. I'd like to see him have a match with Ospreay.
I think it'd
more
be a
than
bit of
anything with
time.
that.
I think he'd want to aim. No disrespect to World of Sport, but I think maybe he'd want to aim a little higher than that. Maybe just for his comeback anyway.
It could help him break the mold, maybe for higher things. That's what I'm trying to say. He has been away for a while.
Well, he wouldn't need to break the mold. He's going to be one of the most in-demand wrestlers in the world.
Maybe. I think you're right, yeah. Shinsuke Nakamura to return to New Japan. He has said he probably won't, but it depends on the money, essentially.
Yeah.
I like to say no, because he seems settled in the United States.
Yeah, I'll say no as well.
Yeah. The Wyatt family to return.
No.
Again, they're trying to think. We thought about an idea.
Had their
for
chance on
Bray.
Monday. No.
We'll have to wait and see with that one.
I think Bray's going to get a push as a singles there.
Okay, I'm okay with that as well. Naomi to reunite with Tamina. We talked about this briefly on SmackDown.
Yeah, why not?
It would add to more dynamic to the tag division because look, the other teams they're sort of building up slowly. You have the Iconics, you have the Hook and Boss connection, you have
you have Rose and Deville, you have the Riot Squad.
Exactly, so there's plenty to choose from. Kevin, we talked about this on Raw. Kevin Owens to return with Paul Heyman.
Sorry about that. Yes, just because I'd like to see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All in two if it to happen, and if it does happen, to happen in Madison Square Garden.
First one, yes. Second one, no.
Where do you feel it will go? Somewhere similar to Chicago?
I've no idea.
Does it really depend on the event itself? Like how successful it'll be?
I think the fact that it's sold out after half an hour proves that it's already a success. See, the thing is, and I was listening to Chris Jericho's podcast actually just today.
Yeah.
And this one's, I think, about a week old. It had Cody and the books on, and he put that question to them. So if it's successful, what about All In too? And he goes, that would be fantastic, but The Young Bucks contract is up soon. They don't even know where they're going to
That's
be.
a good point. Sure, everyone's contract is up, isn't it? Aren't
Yeah.
they?
So you never know where they're going to be.
There's rumours of them with WWE. We talked about it last week.
Well,
so
the way they talked about WWE, I wouldn't be too.
maybe not Cody, but the Young Bucks. Certainly.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't be too. I wouldn't jump on that boat.
Yeah.
Solely because they talked about how they're in control of what they want to do and what shows they want to do and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In WWE, they lose control, and they talked about that, and they were like, I can't come to terms with the idea of losing control.
Okay.
So that's why I don't think we'd see them in WWE anytime soon, unless they worked out some strange deal.
All right. Well, you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
The Rock to return at the 1000th edition of SmackDown.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I think
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
his show. It's named after him, I suppose. So.
Exactly. It makes sense.
Now, finally, this is for All In. So these are surprise possibilities for All In. I'll name them one by one. Just four overall. CM Punk.
No.
He's done from wrestling. That's it. Nothing.
Yeah, no.
Neville.
He might be in the crowd. No.
Neville.
No.
Neville's a no as well. Daniel Bryan.
No.
Now, the only reason I bring up Daniel Bryan is because his contract is up September 1st. What's
90-day no compete clause.
if it's not in his contract? Well,
It's in every WWE wrestler's contract.
after every date.
The date you stop.
All I'm saying is
from the date you stop employment with WWE.
all I'm saying is explore the possibility of him. His contract finishes September 1st. He shows up. He signs September 2nd. Could happen.
No.
If there is a 30-day, I don't know.
Why would WWE give free marketing stuff or free publicity to?
He could be more keen than you might think. I like to think they might be. Who knows? And finally, Chris Jericho, which I think is the most likely out of those four.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
All right.
Dave, just before we finish,
Right.
let's do a very quick all-in predictions.
Okay. Very
Okay.
quick.
Very quick. I'm going to get the card right up now, okay? And I want you. We'll talk about who we're going for, okay?
All right, Grants.
By the time people listen to this, it could already be over, and they're probably saying, "Why
Probably
the
will be.
hell did you think of them?"
Yeah, probably.
But let me just see here. I have it here. I do have it. Here we go. Okay, so first in the over the budget battle royal.
Colt Cabana.
Interesting. I have
It's
Brian.
in Chicago.
I have Brian Cage
Okay, fair enough.
because the man's a tank.
He is, yeah.
Everyone's going with Jordan Grace as well. I think she'll do well, but I don't think she'll win.
Yeah, I'm with you in that as well. So
If Neville was to show up, that's where he'd show up, though.
I
And he'd
think
go
so
against
too.
Jay Lethal.
Maybe
and-
Jericho as well.
Maybe Jericho too.
Jericho could easily win that and compete and take on Jay Lethal.
Maybe. The Briscoes against SoCal.
SoCal
too. Have
Yeah.
you seen? Did you see their Rocky style sort of training video?
I actually didn't see that one. No.
It's so good. You should watch it. It's brilliant.
This is the worst speech I've ever. Wait, was it? Wait.
No,
can't
it's
be-
not. It's not that one.
Oh, it's
It
not-
is. Yeah,
It can't be if it's an
It is.
SCU.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay, so then Jay Lethal for you against Colt Cabana and for me against Brian
Jay
Cage.
Lethal.
Yeah, Jay Lethal. I think so too.
it's retaining
Street fight: Joey Janela, Hangman Page.
Page.
I'm going with Joey Janela.
Okay.
I think the whole being the elite thing with the boots and stuff like that. I think at one stage the boots are going to get thrown at him at the ring. He's going to freak out, and that's when Janela will take advantage.
But he could get murderous as well over that.
He could find a phone and get murderous. He could, but also,
All right.
who could be in the crowd that hits him out of nowhere?
CM Punk.
Famous dick wrestler Joey Ryan, who's not really dead.
Yes. Yes.
He's
Please.
not really dead.
Yes. Yeah, that has to happen.
Yeah.
That's it right there.
Christopher Daniels against Stephen Amell.
It's Christopher Daniels. Like Amell put up a great match.
I'm going for Amell.
No.
I think Amell could.
It makes no sense.
Why would you put the match there if you're not going to have him win?
It doesn't matter. Like the fact is, he's wrestling against him. It's an underdog story, but it doesn't mean he's going to win.
Could. I like the underdog. I'm going to go for the underdog in this one.
Daniels all the way.
Fatal 4-way: Tessa Blanchard, Madison Rayne, Britt Baker, and Chelsea Green.
Britt Baker.
Ooh, interesting. I'm going Tessa Blanchard.
She's the most famous one. I grant you that, but
And she's the most dominant at the moment. She recently just won the Knockouts title in Impact.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think they did tapings or something like that. Moose turned heel.
Who knows?
Moose turned heel.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he joined Austin Aries.
About time.
Yeah.
We make a good heel.
6-man tag Golden Elite of Young Bucks and Kota Ibushi against Rey Mysterio, Phoenix, and Bandito.
Golden Elite.
Yeah, I'm going Golden Elite too.
Ibushi will pin Phoenix.
Think so? I have no idea who's going to pin.
Yeah, we're not doing that for this, but you get the idea.
Okada against Marty Scurll.
Scurll put up a great match, but Okada.
Yeah, I think Okada.
Yeah,
I think Okada. Kenny Omega against Pentagon.
Omega.
Yeah, it has to be.
Again, like a good class match, great match, but Omega.
Yeah. Nick Aldis against Cody Rhodes for the NWA World Championship.
Cody is going to follow his father's footsteps.
I think so. The way they've been building it, I think it is. And did you see what he's going to do for his entrance? He's been doing like family, like the Nightmare family jackets, and always like great friends of him and great friends of his dad also.
Right.
And they're going to accompany him to the ring.
Interesting.
And one of them is DDP as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. That's too much of an entrance then to not win the NWA World title.
Exactly.
So, right. So that's all the time we have for now this week on the Kickout, your weekly pro wrestling guide, right here on 90.3 Near FM on the EMC Podcast Network and all good podcasting providers. Make sure to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, or all our podcast content on Podbean, iTunes, YouTube, and Spotify, among all other podcast providers. Make sure to check out my Twitter at Dave Bandana and Daragh at
Mars Bar.
And now we're all in now for this weekend, aren't we? So
all in, baby.
Literally all in. So it should be an awesome show. We'll be back next weekend with reviews for All In, also for Phoenix Wrestling. As I said, we weren't able to review it this week because neither of us were at the show, but we hope to give a review now once it's released on the VOD via Low Blows Network. But until then, I've been Dave Cullen, he's been Daragh Maher, this has been The Kickout. Thank you so much for listening. Stay sound.